first ever Test cricket match. Opening bowler Alfred Shaw, opening batsman Arthur Shrewsbury and captain James Lillywhite. The 1888 Lions squad then, made up of 17 English, 4 Scots and 1 Welshman and a Northern Irishman, took a 46-day boat trip to New Zealand before heading to Australia. The Lions weren't alone on the boat. Also on board were 300 stoats and weasels, who were brought over to eliminate New Zealand's rabbit problem. The first ever Lions captain, Robert Seddon, died of drowning midway through the tour while sculling on a river. Andrew Stoddart, who was another of the cricketers there, took over and was the star of the tour. The next one was the first to get official recognition from the RFU against the newly formed Springboks. Although the Lions won the series and beat the Boks again 5 years later, in the 12 series since in South Africa, they've only won 2. New Zealand has proved an even tougher hunting ground, just the 1 series win for the Lions in 11 attempts, which came in 1971. And then there was that nail-shredding drawn series in 2017, only the second in Lions history. Only once have the Lions clinched a series after losing the first test, 1989, when David Campese's infamous ghost pass was pounced upon by Ian Evans. Before World War II, the Lions had a dark blue strip, which on the 1930 tour forced the All Blacks to play in all white. So in 1950, the iconic red shirts, white shorts and blue and green socks combination was born. It remains the symbol of the greatest alliance of adversaries in all of sport. To borrow the phrase from Jim Telfer, the Lions is Everest.
Oh, there we are. There it is. Already.
Are you kidding me?
How is this supposed to be the nation's big morning switch on? If we start with this dross.
Just the more it happens, Charlie,
every week,
the less influence I think that we have, not just at talkSPORT. You know, because when I walk the streets,
yeah,
and I stand tall and I think I'm a somebody.
I'm some kind of guy.
I'm somebody. I'm a man of influence. I'm cultured. I'm urbane. Yeah. I'm just sort of somebody people want to hear from.
People respect.
They respect me. They want my opinions on things. Same for you, Charlie. You're like that, but slightly shorter.
Wow.
And, yeah.
Seems a slight dig already this morning.
Yeah, it was unnecessary.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just because I've recently been diagnosed as 5'8".
Have you?
Yeah.
You have my apologies. Can you take something for that?
I think.
Listen, we're not.
I think it was this music. I used to be 6 foot.
Is that right? But anyway, this isn't but we shouldn't be getting in general happy chit chat between us.
No.
That's what makes the show. We should be complaining.
Oh, now I feel good.
Suddenly,
I've grown.
It's like an intravenous shot.
People respect me now.
I don't know. Yeah. Suddenly I feel alive. Here we go, everybody.
Okay.
Dance if you want to. Charlie and I are going to dance, and we'd love it if you danced with us. Here we go.
Hey!
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the world's biggest sports radio station. It is talkSPORT. My name's Max Rushden, alongside me, Charlie Baker. And Charlie, this is just any warm-up.
This is the double award-winning, award-retired, GameDay retired warm-up show on Saturday, the 4th of October, 2025. And at 12:30, it's Leeds, the Whites, versus Tottenham, the Spurs. In the Premier League, it's a talkSPORT exclusive presented by Rashman Chowdhury. Commentary from Sam, the Sausage, Gilet Man, Matterface, and former England captain Stuart Psycho Pierce, the OB producer. Oh, it's Eddie Mentas! And then at 12:30, it's Sheffield Wednesday versus Coventry in the Championship. It's a talkSPORT 2 exclusive presented by Hughes and Croft. Commentary from Mark Wilson and former Leeds manager Neil Redfern, the OB producer. Oh, it's Mark Wilson. Turn around and say goodbye. Tell that baby. Never hate a high. Don't you know, things will go your way. So hold on for one more day. Hold on, one more day. Hold on, go get it. And then at 14:30, it's GameDay Live with Forget About It.
Forget about it, you dirty piece of
The best
meat.
in the business. Adrian Durham, Troy Deeney, and Dean Ashton. It's on talkSPORT. Forget it, the best in the business. Adrian Durham with all the goals as they go in from the Premier League and the EFL, including Arsenal, the Gunners, versus West Ham, the Hammers, and Manchester United, Red Devils, versus Sunderland, the Black Cats. Plus, a classified results service at 17:15. Notabaladze. Adrian and Dean are at Arsenal. Troy is at Manchester United. At 15 o'clock, it's Derby versus Southampton in the Championship. It's a talkSPORT 2 exclusive.
Not on UK TV.
It is not on UK TV.
It is not on UK TV.
Not on UK TV. Go get it! It's presented by Hughes and Croft. Commentary from Ian, the Duke of Knutsford dancer, and former Birmingham striker Cameron Jerome, the OB producer. Oh, it's Ian, the Duke of Knutsford dancer. Get it! It's Big Ticket Live! Premier League and Championship action. You can't afford to miss.
MJ says the best weekend show on radio for silly people. Quality. Charlie says he's grown after hearing the Go Get It music. Me too, brother, says Josh in Birmingham.
Okay.
Gareth says the time of the week where it's accepted that I'm going to be late into the office. Can't go without my weekly dose of Go Get It.
Course,
That's
yeah.
Gareth in Merthyr Tydfil.
Yeah.
Paul says the most irritating and immature show on radio.
Well, that's nice. That's
Cheers,
nice.
Paul.
And unfortunately,
Feels like
Paul is in charge of all radio.
That's true, isn't
that's
it?
sad for us.
And also, do you know what Paul is?
Is it Paul
he
Hawks?
actually has...
Is he texting the show?
I don't think Paul... I mean, is he mature? He is mature, isn't he, Paul?
He's quite mature. He's daft.
Yeah. He's daft, but he's
daft.
not...
Yeah.
He's not immature. This is immature. And actually, Paul actually decides... He is the peak level of maturity, this listener, Paul. And so he decides...
Paul, the
what
listener,
is
has
mature.
never done anything irritating or immature. He's a very mature...
He's never been silly in his life.
And he just sits reading Proust, drinking red wine.
Yeah.
All day.
At 9 a.m., which is silly.
At 9 a.m.,
actually.
which is
When you
actually
think about
a
it, Paul.
bit immature,
Stop reading
actually,
Proust.
Paul.
Who's reading Proust at 9 a.m.? You mad?
Grow up, Paul. Paul,
Alan says,
grow
good
up.
morning, Charlie.
Good morning.
Good evening, Max.
Good
morning,
evening.
Charlie. Good evening, Max. I love the intro so much. The singing is outrageously good, I must
Yes.
say. that I think are who does that song?
Wilson Phillips. That's why it's Mark Wilson. I'm
not sure we did Wilson Phillips justice there.
Well,
I don't.
When we released the album, the best of the Game Day warm up, and it's you and I, Max, singing the songs from the show, and we do hold on and segued into Bridge Over Troubled Water. People will finally hear how great we
Imagine
are.
we get Christmas #1. Will I be on slight delay for the song when we release them?
That's how it works, yeah.
He says, Charlie's hair looks great. Charlie's hair looks great. Max has no spots. Charlie has a studio to himself, but does look a bit lonely. Arsenal going to smash West Ham 5-0, and I'll be watching on UK TV. No, you won't. Have a great day, lads.
Sponsored by NordVPN.
Yeah, loving the go-get. It's highlight of my working week, especially from the nation's most prominent Yusuf N'Dour impressionist, Nota Baladze.
I am. It's Yusuf N'Dour's birthday this week. On the birthday spread, we have the annual...
Oh, happy birthday, son.
We have the million voices.
See, I'm only the second. I'm the second best. Jeff's been in touch.
Oh, good morning, Jeff.
Jeff says, hi, Dance. Hi, Max. Hi, Charlie. I do hope that there will be plenty of time left for time difference today. If you remember what happened last week and the shame on, there are a lot of problems upstairs at West Ham, but none so greater as ruining time difference. Yeah. Are we expecting Ange to get the Spanish archer at 10:30 this morning and muck things up?
Yeah.
There was no time for time difference last week. It does mean this show officially now has an anti-West Ham agenda.
We hate West Ham.
We despise them. There's nothing we can do about it. We cannot be objective. There will be nobody on this show that has ever represented West Ham in any guise ever again. Except for Stuart Pierce,
and
because
Dean
we
Ashton,
love Stuart
maybe
Pierce.
Dean Ashton.
And Dean Ashton, because we like Dean Ashton.
Dean Splashton Ashton.
Any other exceptions?
Tony Cotty sometimes comes on.
Tony Cotty
he wants to come on. He's
on.
allowed.
Okay, that's totally fine.
If Frank McAvenny wants to come on. Will Pugh's very good at transfers. He's a very good.
Yeah, he's allowed on. But
other than those people.
Apart from that, there will be no one representing West Ham on this show. The go-getters were on point today. Okay. Set the tone for Saturday. Yeah. The enthusiasm over Izzy Minter made me jump out of my seat in celebration like a true Minter maniac from Gaz, Wolfsman Telford.
Max, can I just bring up something, actually?
Yeah, please.
I know we discussed the earlier on in the pre-show meeting that we didn't have anything to talk about for the two-word phone-in, but I didn't know if there's anything in this. We'll have this conversation on air. On my train,
I like it. The listeners are part. The listeners are part of the program.
I don't know if there's anything in this. You can say no. I don't think there's anything in that. On the train on the way in this morning, 2 seats down from me, a person sprayed deep heat.
Deep heat
in the carriage.
Were they in kit? Were they in kit?
In the carriage.
The carriage, but were they in kit?
They weren't
on
the
hamstring.
They weren't in.
What did they?
On their back, on their lower back.
Okay.
They sprayed deep heat on themselves. That is selfish, Max, isn't it?
Could be.
That is selfish. Can we have a selfish deep heat behaviour phone in or text topic? I don't know if there is anything in that.
Yeah. Okay. Or like is it the most selfish smell in a train carriage?
Well, I think we know what we're going to get there.
Yeah. But there's that area that we understand that part of the audience, right?
Yeah,
we know what you're going to send
them.
us.
We can cater for them.
We like you, right? But we can't
won't enjoy
those
that.
out.
Paul, the listener, will not enjoy that.
But we
side of things.
But we can't read those out.
No.
But I'm very happy to do immature smells in train carriages. It's a bit like in the old building when the moose used to microwave a fish pie.
Tuna pancake is what it was, Max. Pancakes.
Tuna pancakes. I mean, that's part of the Brian Butterfield diet, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Tuna pancakes.
It's next to hoisin crispy owl and mystery meat. Tuna pancakes. No real person eats a tuna pancake.
So the most selfish behaviour, smell-wise, in a small area.
Confined space.
There we are.
Okay. We'll take that on the text. 81089. It's very football related.
Very good. Deep heat is football. Deep heat is
that smell is a nostalgic football smell. But we've branched out beyond that. Selfish smells in a confined environment. But come on. Don't be silly, because we will not tolerate it.
Don't be immature, because Paul's listening.
Paul is exec producing the show today. He's a mature man. He is laying around the pool at our hotel in Crete. It's our entertainment team's day off. So I turn the volume up on the Go Get It's to full blast while singing along to the Duke of Knutsford's music. A voice from the other side of the pool shouts, "Go get it!"
Yes!
It's Stanley. Yes,
we're big in Crete. We're in Crete.
Are absolutely enormous in Crete. Right, what are we doing now? Quite Fire is going to join us.
Great.
This is the warm-up on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Thank you, Travis.
Bowling Travo.
Doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
Premier League, and it's about to heat up again.
All the promoted sides have got a win to their name.
Mitchell, the new signing, steps up, right footed into the corner, and Leeds United lead against Everton.
Hit by Paulinho! He's put it in the bottom corner!
We're going to Ellen Road, which I always admire as one of the best stadiums to go to.
One step forward, several steps back. That's just Manchester United, I'm afraid.
You cannot run away from the results.
Sunderland bursting full of confidence. Full time, Nottingham Forest 0, Sunderland 1.
Eddie Nketiah has just blasted in!
It's a first Premier League defeat for Arne Slot's defending champions. Over to you, Arsenal. And Arsenal may just have snatched the victory. Gabriel up from the back.
And I've said many times last season, the margins are so small.
It's about winning a lot of football matches if you want to stay in the job.
Yeah, it was a good weekend in the Premier League last weekend, wasn't it? Paul from Hearts has been in touch. Dear Max and Charlie, great start to the show. Listening to you both always makes me feel better about myself.
Oh, that's nice.
It's Paul. North Church George, who I believe is the two-word phone. If you read on, is one of the kings of the recent two-word phone. It says, Hi, Max. I checked Dad's resting place. I need to inform you that when West Ham caused the lack of time for time difference, Ken actually turned in his grave. I believe that is Ken dead.
Ken, that's for completists.
I don't believe everyone who's listened to every minute of this show every week.
Yeah, of course.
Matt and others have made a good point on our complete ban of anyone who's represented West Ham in any guise. Don't forget Scott Minto, who's actually presented the show, apart from Scott Minto, of course.
Yes, of course.
As well. Anyway, let's look ahead to these Premier League games with Kwaku Afari.
Let's go surfing now.
Everybody's learning how.
Kwaku Afari with welcome, Kwaku.
How you getting on, lads?
Yeah, good.
Very good. Look, should we start with last night? Bournemouth are second in the Premier League. This should be mentioned.
Yeah, they are flying high right now. They are. It's the football they're playing. It's the resilience they're showing. And the only game they've lost this season was against the defending champions Liverpool on the opening day. A game that they should have got something out of. Last night was difficult, right, in terms of the conditions they had to play in. They had to come back in that game, but they showed why they're going to be a tough out for anybody this season. And they've got Antoine Semenyo, who is looking like one of the best players in the league. Last season, he was very, very good, very effective, but maybe overshadowed by some of the other superstars at Bournemouth. When you think about the players that have left the football club, Kirkes, Zabani, Huijsen, but he's really come into his own this season, scored 6 league goals already. His goals were great last night. And I said at the beginning of the season, he's one of these players that the established top teams will be looking at in the summer because he can do everything. He's strong, he's powerful, he's good on the ball, he's quick, and he's going to be a big reason why Bournemouth do challenge for one of these European places this season.
Fulham are such an odd team this season. I think they didn't really strengthen with anybody in the summer. Marco Silva is such a good manager, I think, that he'll definitely keep them up and they'll win more than they lose, I reckon. But what are they, Kwaku?
Yeah, they're hit and miss. They are hit and miss, and they're going to be in the round anywhere between 9th to 13th or 14th in the Premier League table. And they're a club that needs to make sure they don't take Marcus Silva for granted. That he's a top manager. What he's done, and he found home really at Fulham. If you think about his previous tenures at other English clubs, it's been a little bit volatile and he's moved on. But at Fulham, despite interest from other football clubs, he stayed there. But I agree with you, Charlie. They're a football club that you can't really gauge their identity. They'll beat some top sides, they'll lose to some poor sides, and at the end of the season they'll be mid-table.
Sorry, it's not related. I'm just reading texts about selfish smells and confined spaces. And both connected to sport. Ralph says, worst smell in a contained train carriage was darts legend Bobby George eating a tuna and pickle wrap from Euston to Milton Keynes. And then John from Rushden says, I've seen Ian Woosnam again in the middle of Lidl.
This isn't true. This is made up. This is made up.
I know. Opening and eating a homemade egg mayo sandwich. I know that he has it wrapped in foil, stank the middle of Lidl out. Such a selfish golfer / shopper, says this text. Anyway, Kwaku, Leeds Tottenham, first commentary game on GameDay. Leeds unbeaten at home. Spurs they need a performance after playing pretty badly in the second half against Wolves, not really playing well against Bodo Glimt, despite getting a draw in both games.
Yeah, late equalisers in both of those games for Spurs, and there's obviously still really good will there, but those last two performances will be concerning. Wolves hadn't had a point in the Premier League up until coming to play against Spurs. And Bodo Glimt, a side the Spurs beat on the way to winning the Europa League last season, should have won the game in the Champions League. And Spurs were lucky to escape with a point. So this is a massive game for Spurs, but it's not going to be easy against the Leeds side who've been very good this season. Unlucky to not come away with a win against Bournemouth last weekend. Bournemouth scored a late equaliser. But alongside Sunderland, they've been really, really good. And it's not going to be an easy out for a Spurs team that have obviously got better players than Leeds, but Ellen Road is going to be a difficult task for Thomas Frank's side.
Yeah, Polina, I think one of the signings of the summer, they've got him on a definite buy. They've
got a 27 million option, I think.
And
if
I looked like Polina, I'd never wear a shirt.
He did look pretty great, yeah. I think reports suggest that Spurs are looking to take up that option, and I think you can see from what he brings to midfield and what you saw at Fulham a couple of years ago. He's a top midfielder, a defensive midfielder that breaks up play but can also get on the ball and play as well. It was a surprise that he went to Bayern Munich and it didn't work, but now he's back in the Premier League and is integral to what Thomas Frank wants to do.
They've set their buy it now price too low on eBay, basically, was what they've done.
You think? But I think it's a bit of a... Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I mean, he's not young, is he? Is he 30 odd? But I still think you're right. You could get 40, 50, I guess. But there's sort of Clark Kent air about him in that you were expecting a little sinewy man, weren't you? And then you got some big muscles, didn't you? But it's going to be a fascinating game. I think there's only 4 games today in the Premier League, but they're all good. Arsenal against the team that we hate, West Ham. And this is interesting, Kwaku, because has Nuno had enough time to sort West Ham's set pieces out, defending set pieces, before they go to the Emirates?
I don't know. If you think about West Ham under Graham Potter, defending set pieces, they were absolutely terrible. And we all know what Arsenal's superpower is scoring from set pieces. And so it's going to be very, very difficult for Nuno. I do back him at West Ham, though. And West Ham fans have been getting on to me as well. I've asked what the West Ham way is, and maybe a little bit tongue-in-cheek, just asking what do you expect from your football club. And I think Nuno will return them to their former glories, and what those former glories are is where David Moyes took them in terms of consistently being a challenger, and the teams outside the established top 6, you can talk about West Ham being one of those top teams, and I don't think it's out of the question that Nuno can get them organised and challenge for a European place this season. That's how good of a manager I think he is, having taken Wolves and Nottingham Forest to Europe. But this is an Arsenal team that the sentiment has changed around Arsenal now, especially this last week, especially how they got the win against Newcastle. People might not have them as favourites, but people have it a lot closer than it did when Arsenal lost against Liverpool a couple of weeks ago at Anfield. They're a team that are finding new ways to win. Obviously, it's well documented how good they are defensively, but that nous that you need to become champions, I think they're starting to show that. And they're going to be a tough out for anybody, especially a West Ham side led by Nuno, who's only had a couple of weeks in the job.
Yeah.
Man United, Sunderland. Would you be more surprised if Manchester United won or Sunderland, Kwaku?
I'd be more surprised if Man United won. Sunderland are good.
Yeah.
Sunderland are really, really good. Unbeaten in the month of September. They are 6th in the Premier League right now. I know there were people's dark horses at the beginning of the season, but to me, they seem like dark horses similar to that of a Luton or an Ipswich, where people wanted them to stay up. But if you look at the signings they've made, look at the football they're playing, they're a tough out for anybody. And it's the Man United team that are on their knees, right? I think one more bad result for Ruben Amorim and he's gone. And this is not even a banana skin. This is a game you expect Sunderland to come out of with something. They are a great side. Man United are struggling for identity. And people talk about fans' diminished influence in football, but one thing fans do have power to do is get a manager sacked. And I'm not asking for Man United fans to do that, but if the sentiment at Old Trafford turns today and Man United lose, I think it'll be very difficult for the hierarchy at Man United to keep Ruben Amorim beyond this international break.
Very quickly, Neil Mellor's going to come on in just a second to do the Liverpool side of this, but how do you see Chelsea going? You're a Chelsea fan, against Liverpool today at 5:30.
Weirdly, I think we're going to get something out of it. And people talk about how this is the best time to play Liverpool. But I do think there's a wounded animal complex here where they've lost their 2 previous games. They won't want to lose 3 games in a row heading into the international break. They've had a mixed start to the season in terms of performance. And they don't do well at Stamford Bridge in recent seasons. They haven't won there in 4 seasons. Lost 3-1 last year. Of course, they'd already won the league. But you can argue Liverpool have been on the beach since the back end of last season where they haven't put together a solid 90 minutes. I'm going for a draw in this one, but I'm probably coming from a biased Chelsea fan's point of view.
Kwaku, absolute wonderful servant to this
amazing
radio show, and that was a great 10 minutes. Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Take it easy.
Congratulations. This is the warm-up on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Do what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Morning, all the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rushden and Charlie Baker with you until 11. Barry Glendenning 1-0 down to normal person Richard Guy Bristow.
Wow, embarrassing for Barry.
In the second leg of the last 16 of How Tall Are They? Chile writes, I had a mate who was getting chucked out of his rented flat for some reason. Anyway, he asked if it would be okay to have a room at my house while my wife was working away, which I dutifully agreed to. And one day, I came home from work to find an unusual combination of unpleasant odours that didn't quite initiate my gag reflex, but certainly got my swearing at the top of my voice reflex in full flow. He was in shorts, poaching kippers in milk and spraying himself in deep heat.
Yeah.
seems like that.
I'm pleased I don't have to live with sort of smelly blokes anymore.
Yeah.
You know, you used to have to
after what happened last year.
Just don't want to have to do it anymore.
Do you live with smelly men?
I live with
8:29.
My wife's very fragrant. She's very nice. Keeps everything smelling very nice, Max.
Delighted. Mine's grubby as hell.
Very
Anyway,
nice woman. Very nice woman.
Let's talk about the crisis at Liverpool.
Yes, they're in crisis.
Liverpool striker Neil Mellor. Hey, Neil, how are you?
Hello, Neil.
Morning, Max. Morning, Charlie. Yeah, I used to live with a smelly player as well. Remember Dave Noble, Bristol City fans?
Wow.
Lived with him back in the day at West Ham.
He stank.
If he's listening, sorry, Nobes. He's actually in a fight coming up against Leroy Lita, I saw on social media. That's an interesting one. Anyway, there you go.
All right.
That was more interesting than the Liverpool chat, if I'm honest.
Wasn't it? But sometimes we get told off, Neil,
we have
for
to
not doing
move
enough
on,
football.
Neil,
So come on, let's do some proper football. How worried are you about? I mean, crisis is obviously too far top of the league, but you know there are some slightly worrying signs from the last two performances, aren't there?
Well, the Galatasaray one, I don't think Liverpool deserved to lose. I also don't think it was a penalty. I don't think that would be given in the Premier League, so that was a poor decision. Palace deserved it, you know, and I think that's the only game this season I'd hold my hands up and go, Palace were really good. Palace deserved to win that game, no problem at all. And then you look at the league table and you think, well, Liverpool are top, great, and people are saying it's not so good. Second place Bournemouth, beat them. Third place Arsenal, beat them. Fourth Palace, who are the only side to probably deserve to beat Liverpool this season. Listen, Liverpool, there's more to come from Liverpool. There's no doubt about that. I think what a lot of people have to remember, it's been a summer of change. A big change in the summer for Liverpool. Lost some key players. Trent Alexander-Arnold, massive creative influence. Diaz, Jota, tragically passing away. And the new players coming in, it's going to take time. I mean, Viets, what a player he is. He's a proper football player. You've got two new fullbacks, Frimpong, Kirkaz, Isak, Ekitike, and yet won 5 out of 6 Premier League games. It's not all that bad. Liverpool will get better as the season goes by.
Just to be serious for a second, I don't think it can be underestimated how much grief affects you and would affect a team when they've lost such a player as Diogo Jota. And to deal with that as a squad and a football club must be so difficult, Neil. And I don't think that can be underestimated.
No, I think players lose loved ones, you know, family, and it affects them. Of course it does, but to lose a teammate, I've never been in that position. But you could see it with Salah. I forget what game it was this season. You could see the emotion in his face after the game. And these players were close. They won a title together.
Yeah.
You know, they went to battle last season and they won a title together. And Jota was a big part of that. So not having there this season, it's definitely affecting the players. The fans certainly won't let it be forgotten, sing his name. And it's great to hear. And it's still emotional to hear the song. So, the players are still having to deal with that. And the new players coming in. And the pressure of, you're the champions, you have to be winning these games. But for me, it's been a really, really good start for Liverpool.
Yeah, actually, it's a really interesting point you make, Charlie and Neil, and actually kind of exposes what I think all football analysis is quite superficial to a level, because we actually have, it's a really stark example of that we just don't know how any of these people are feeling at any time, managers, players, whatever, and we have to analyse our stuff. People love doing it and love talking about it, but at the end of the day, we can't have that conversation every single time you say about a player, he's off form, we don't know how things are at home, but we just don't know. And so it's having an understanding that there is a superficiality to everything we do. And so then it seems ridiculous to ask a question like, do you have any fears for any of those new signings? That because it does take time, but Wirtz, you know, you can see like the way he moves and the way he takes the ball and the way he passes the ball, Neil, it's such a delight. Obviously, when you cost 100 million quid, there's more pressure. But is there any fear, because it's like the physicality and the time on the ball that is slightly different, that he won't adapt? Or do you just think it's a matter of time?
No. I mean, he's still been decent in some of the games in spells. It's not like he's been way off the pace. I mean, if you listen to some of the noise on social media, you think, how's he in the team? I cannot wait to watch him. He's one of those players that I think is such an intelligent, clever football player. He wants the ball anywhere. And okay, 2 or 3 players might be around him. He might lose the ball, but he wants the ball. Give me the ball. I want to make things happen. I have really enjoyed watching him. And yes, the expectation is if he doesn't get a goal and an assist every game, then he's not up to the standard. He is only going to get better. He's 22. He's younger than Harvey Elliott, who left in the summer, who again was a really talented player. I think he's settling into the football club. I think he's a 10. He's developing an understanding with the new 9, Ekitike, Isak, Salah out on the right-hand side. So new teammates, new football league, but also the other new players are settling. I think Salah's the biggest player that's having to transition because he's had Trent for a number of years. So he's had that relationship. Then he's had the midfield 3 that he's been comfortable with. Then he's had the strikers that he's been comfortable with. All 3 positions have changed for Salah. So it's like, right, I need a new relationship with you, the right back, the midfield, and also the striker. So I think that becomes challenging as well in itself. I think Slot will find the solutions. Liverpool will get better. There's people saying, oh, Liverpool aren't at the best, and they haven't been, but still been getting results. And as tough as Chelsea will be today, and it will be a tough game, I think there's a lot of belief that Liverpool can go there and get a victory.
Yeah, I think it's his first major test as a manager. Do you think his biggest test is in defence? I mean, we mentioned Trent there. I feel like they're missing Trent. I don't feel like the back 4 is completely settled yet, Neil. No,
and also lucky that Konate and Van Dijk have stayed fit, because if you miss one of them, you start thinking a little bit light in that position. I think you have to remember as well, Konate's had a different right back a number of times this season. He's had Conor Bradley there, he's had Frimpong there, he's had Dominic Szoboszlai there. So I think that change doesn't help a player in that consistency. And also they like to go further forward, so it leaves Liverpool a little bit more exposed, certainly Frimpong and Conor Bradley at times. So I think conceding goals has been a slight issue for Liverpool this season, but it's not too worrying at the moment. I just think Liverpool have goals in the locker and will score more, and that is a real asset they have. I think they've got 40 games in the Premier League, going back to last season, scoring in every game, and that's impressive. You expect it at home, but away from home, some tough games, I think that's impressive. So I don't think Chelsea will be able to keep Liverpool out tonight.
You're a relaxed man, Neil. How many consecutive defeats before you panic?
6.
Ooh,
okay. 4 to go. 4 to go. Let's remember, if it gets to 6, Neil, we'll get you back on.
Cool Neil
and just
panicking.
see what a panicking Neil Mellor looks like. Thanks for coming on, pal. Appreciate your time.
Hey, have a good one, lads. Cheers.
Neil Mellor there, a former Liverpool striker, of course. Chelsea-Liverpool 5:30 kickoff. Oh, how do you see it? Because you make a bold prediction, Charlie.
Yeah.
They're not always right.
No, not always right, but I think Liverpool will come good. And I think they will win 3-1, Max.
Right. Mitch Renfrew says, I was sat near Ian Woosnam on the Glasgow to Edinburgh train for a Wales-Scotland rugby game. He was eating fish. He was eating fish out of tin foil. It was repugnant. Where's this guy? Where's this guy from?
Why are we on at Ian Woosnam? Poor Ian. Poor Woozy. It's because he had too many clubs in his bag that time.
Adrian says, can you give a shout out to India Eggleton, off to play an under-9 Spartans match, asking to switch the radio station to Capital? No,
India, for goodness sake.
Come on, what are they doing? Just paying some Taylor Swift. Come on, you can do that anytime. This is gold. This is why this show is more popular than Taylor Swift. This show's Instagram page has more followers than Taylor Swift, even though this show doesn't have an Instagram page. If it did.
But I have an Instagram page, and you do, Max, as well, and people are welcome to follow us.
If they want to, but don't feel obliged.
All right.
Not much is happening on mine. How tall are they next? Yes. Barry Glendenning takes on normal riff-raff person. We've let them into the game, and it's a massive mistake. Richard Guy Bristow. So we're now into the second legs of How Tall Are They? Wow. Perry Groves 1-0 up on Danny Kelly. Nigel Dudley 1-0 up on Rupert Bell. Lars Sivertson, Kevin Day locked at 1 apiece. Klink with a 2-1 advantage over Clark. Kwaku Afari 2-0 up on Shane Parrott.
Wow.
Graham Courtney 3-1 up on Uma Gurav. And it was a terrible goalless draw, if I remember correctly, between Tim Vine and Paul Hawkes.
Stank the place out, like Ian Woosnam's fishing foil.
Exactly. But anyway, at home today, he's 1-0 down. It's Barry Glendenning.
On the 4th of July, 1806, we set sail from the street called the Cork.
Leave it running, it's great.
Sailing away with the Cardinal.
Hey!
Welcome, Barry.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you today?
Yeah, we're very good, thank you. Top of the morning to you, of course.
Bigora and be dad. I am under no illusions, Max. I am taking on a civilian, one of the little people.
Yeah.
And I know the listeners are all hoping I will be beaten.
Wow.
It would be a major upset.
It would be.
And I'm channeling my inner Shane Lowry. The listeners are going to be calling me fatso. They're going to be calling me a leprechaun. They're going to be insulting the pig I carry under my arm at all times. But I will thrive on that pressure and that abuse.
Yeah, you are up against. He's just a normal person. It's Richard Guy Bristow. And now, because he is just a normal person, we haven't got him on the Zoom. He's just on the phone. Hey, Richard, how are you?
Oh, great line. Really good.
Yeah,
really
so
good.
sorry, could we just
it's
turn
going
on all the
It's like going to Buddha Glimt, Barry. You know, he's like playing Richard Guy Bristow on
tough
plastic.
place to go.
I will say it's a bit dodgy. He's not on Zoom. He needs to turn his radio off. He might be able to Google the answers. That's all I'm saying.
No. I wouldn't. You can't accuse Richard Guy Bristow of cheating.
But
can we just check? Richard, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Can hear you now,
Richard. I can hear you.
Yes.
Is your radio down?
No, I've turned my Zoom off. It's coming through on my Zoom.
Oh, I see. You're coming through on the Zoom.
Great.
Okay, well, we can hear you.
Top-level competition.
It's fine. But this is, sometimes you just have to work with what you've got. And that's the line that Richard Guy Bristow has. And that's the line we're going to take.
Okay.
We start. Barry Glendenning is at home. It's your guest first. Here we go, everybody. The theme today is players that Thomas Tuchel hasn't selected. We begin, Barry, with Jude Bellingham. How tall is Jude Bellingham?
Jude Bellingham is quite tall. I am going to say 6'2".
6'2". Richard Guy Bristow. Could you repeat your answer, please,
Richard? Where are you, Richard?
I'm very much getting the whiff of a default victory.
Yeah, it's very nice. If you can't finish the game, it's
like I want to state for the record that I turned up, my equipment works, and there will not be a replay.
Richard Guy
if we are unable to get Richard's
Where are
answers.
you? Where are you, Richard?
I'm here.
He's angry about it. I'm here, for goodness sake.
Richard.
Okay, everybody quiet.
Shout
everybody.
your height.
No. He doesn't need to shout it. We need everyone to be quiet. Turn the music down a second. Just fade the music down. We want total silence, please. Richard Guy Bristow, the height of Jude Bellingham, please. Focus, everyone.
6'3".
He's 6'1". Okay, let's carry on, everybody.
Okay,
music back on. Here we go.
Very nice. Richard Guy Bristow, how tall is Jack Grealish? Jack Grealish.
Oh, Jack Grealish, 5'11".
Gone for 5'11". Barry Glendenning.
I think Richard's probably right. I'll go 5'10".
It's a bullseye!
Absolutely massive point at this stage. He's 2-0 up with 3 guesses to go. You need this, Barry.
Ian from Irvin's been in touch, Barry. Barry, I want you to win the entire tournament. Never mind this tie. Come on, son.
Thank you.
Okay, you need this, Barry. How tall is Phil Foden? Phil Foden.
5-7.
Richard Guy Bristow. Silence for Richard Guy Bristow. How tall is Phil Foden?
I'm going to go 5'10".
5'7". What a massive point for Barry Glendenning. He's still in the competition. It's 2-1.
On the 1st of July at 106, we set sail from the street.
Okay. Richard Guy Bristow. How tall is Adam Wharton? Adam Wharton.
Ooh, no idea. 6 foot.
Gone for 6 foot. Barry Glendenning.
I'd say he's not too far off. I'll go 5'11".
He's not too far off. He's 6 foot. On the nail.
He's won it.
He's won it. He's knocked out
He's
Barry
through.
Glendenning, the people's favourite, the people's champion.
Oh, wow. Well, look, we do have to do the final height just for the illegal betting markets in the Far East.
Wow.
Barry, how tall is Antti Niemi? Antti Niemi, how tall is he?
Antti Niemi is 8 inches tall.
Wow. It's a good guess. It's a good guess.
I'm not in a huff. I'm not a sore.
You sound a bit huffy.
I'm very huffy.
I hope
I don't
Richard
win
just goes...
much in life, Charlie. I have my heart set on this.
I hope Richard just goes 1 inch higher. How tall, Richard, is Anthony Niemi?
I'll go 6'3".
He's 6'1". But there we are, a 3-1 win. Massive. I would ask you how you feel, Richard, but the line isn't good enough. But you're in the next round, doesn't matter. He doesn't want to talk. He just wants to deliver the heights. Commiserations, Barry. How are you doing?
I'm gutted because I threw this away. I should have got Benjamin Sesko right in the first leg, and I was an inch out. I thought we were playing closest to the pin. Rookie error.
Yeah.
And this one, Bellingham should have got that, and I suppose I should wish Richard the very best in the next round, but I hope he gets tonked.
Yeah. I mean, I think he cheated, Barry, but that's just.
Well, we'll never know.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
I'm
but there we
glad
are.
you're putting out.
I'm just saying that.
Just the possibility is there.
The possibility is that. Oh, I've got a bad line. I can't hear.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a minute. I can't hear you. Tap 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 tap.
Yeah. Well, you're only saying what everyone else is saying.
I know. I think it's a disgrace. If I'm honest.
If I
the whole
speak,
competition.
Charlie, if I speak. I'll be fined. I'll be docked 2 weeks' wages.
You will be.
You will.
You will be.
It's all right, Barry. You go into the plate, which will begin in about 6 months' time, and we'll take 7 years.
How tall are they, V's?
Yeah.
Cheers, Baz. 11 till 1:30 tomorrow.
Looking forward to it, Max.
Okay, so there we are. Next week. Who's going to be playing next week?
Bit of a damp squib, wasn't it, Max? Because of the line. But,
Yeah, but if Barry could have got to 2-2. Danny Kelly, Perry Groves next week. That's a big game. They'll be working. The technology will be working. Don't you worry. CCC84. I don't believe this is a compliment.
Oh.
He says, "Are you going to talk sport?
Yeah, sure.
It's not Comedy Central.
Sure. We've just done 45 minutes on the.
It's not Comedy
Premier
Central,
League.
Charlie. Just so you know that. But I like the fact that he thinks people might be confused. Such is the level of comedy on this show. He actually thinks people could get confused into thinking that it is the Comedy Central radio station.
It's not Saturday Night Live. Yeah,
no,
right,
it isn't. I mean, it's for me. Actually, if we're being really brutally honest, it's literally Saturday Night Live. It is Max and Charlie. We're here till 11. Lars Sivertson joins us next.
Corinthian Casuals are a team in the Combined Counties League Premier Division South. Despite that, they're one of the most important clubs in world football. Here's why. The club was formed in 1939 as the result of a merger between Corinthians FC and Casuals FC. Now, Corinthians FC were founded in the late 1800s when the FA's top brass were sick of getting pumped by Scotland every time they played them. As a result, a man called Nicholas Lane Jackson set up an amateur side which would bring in the best players who could all play for the national side. And it worked. It wasn't long before England were dominating the international fixtures they played, and it was largely down to Corinthians. In fact, in 1894 and 1895, they played consecutive games where Corinthians provided the entire England 11. But the thing is, the players refused to play professional football. They didn't believe in it. They wanted to spread the values of sportsmanship, competition, and played for the love of the game. It also helped that most of the players were Oxbridge graduates who didn't need the money. But instead of entering the league and cup competitions, they played exhibition football and toured the world, bringing the beautiful game with them. And it was this which spread the game throughout the world and made it so popular. Most famously, in 1910, they travelled to Brazil. And the locals in Sao Paulo were so impressed, they started their own team under the same name. Yes, the same Corinthians who won the FIFA Club World Cup in 2021, one of the biggest football teams in Brazil. Now, they were global superstars, and despite not being professional, Corinthians drew in the crowds. Everybody wanted to play them, everybody wanted to watch them. So much so, they regularly played the winners of the FA Cup in what eventually became the Community Shield, winning most of the time. They actually inflicted Manchester United's worst defeat, 11-3, a record which still stands to this day. Now, fast forward to today, Corinthian Casuals still don't pay their staff or players. The ethos of sportsmanship is still at the heart of everything that they do. And even though they're a side in the lower leagues, if you make the trip to King George's Field in Tolworth just off the A3, you'll most likely bump into Brazilian Corinthians fans who often make the pilgrimage across the globe just to watch their founding team play.
Adam says, who is Richard Guy Bristow, by the way? Normally it's one of the other pundits or personalities from talkSPORT. Yes. I think that was just a bloke. It was just a bloke.
We have some of the people are just blokes.
Yeah.
And women, Max. It is 2008. Yeah. Goodness sake.
It's 2008. Cal says in Leeds, it's taken me several minutes to believe what I'm hearing. A phone-in quiz about how tall people are. Really? Is this the best you can come up with?
Shut up,
my
Cal.
question to you, Cal.
Cal.
No, it's how is it? What? Have you not been listening for the last 3 years, mate?
I'll tell you what, the jealous idiots are out this morning. Shut up, Cal. Go away and do something else.
We don't need to be angry with them, Chuck.
I'm not angry. It's just
to welcome all.
It's just like the thing. I can't believe it's taken me several minutes to understand. I cannot believe it. It is. I am sat here in disbelief.
He is in disbelief.
Goodness sake.
I think it's good stuff, Cal. But not everything's for everyone. It's totally fine.
It doesn't have to just be for you.
Yeah, it's Max Rushden. This and actually what we've done with this show is we've made it for no one. That's the aim. Actually for no one. It's Max Rushden and Charlie Baker. We're the good people of Travis Perkins. Just in case you're listening to Travis Perkins, millions of people.
Bowling Trav.
For the latest big trade deals, head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. It's time now to look at today's action with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Lars. I don't know.
Welcome, Lars Sivertsen.
Hello, Lars.
Hello.
What
a start to the weekend for me. Hello.
What a week for you, Lars. What a week for Buddha Glimt.
Yeah, I was slightly devastated that they didn't get the win in the end, but it was such a good game, and I was very happy because in the doubleheader against Spurs in the spring, I don't feel like they really showed what they're capable of. But that first half in particular this week was incredible.
Yeah, they were very good, and Tottenham weren't very good. And Tottenham go to Leeds. It's game day. Rushden takes over from us at Elland Road at 11 o'clock. And Leeds are unbeaten at home. And I think Tottenham need a performance, and I think it is a difficult game, Lars.
Yeah, it seems to be a difficult place to go. And Thomas Frank spoke about this ahead of the game, about Elland Road, and it's an incredible atmosphere.
Cauldron.
Yeah, they said. Yeah, it is a cauldron, and they're unbeaten this year, but they only lost one game at home in the league last season as well, which was against Burnley. And I've looked this up. It was on the 14th of September, 2024. 2004 would be a very long winning streak. I mean, if they had
amazing
lost
unbeaten record.
2004, that would be question. No, 2024, last year, they lost 1-0 to Burnley. So over a year unbeaten in the league at home is what Spurs are up against. I have this theory now with Spurs that actually difficult games are better than simpler games, in inverted commas, because the trend so far is that in the games where Spurs are expected to really take command, to control possession, to pass the ball around, to open the opponent, they don't seem to be very good at that. But in the games when the opponent are kind of running things, that almost suits them better. Having said that, didn't suit them that well in Norway this midweek. So I realize now the theory is flawed. But certainly they struggled at home to Wolves last weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah. So what's impressed you about Leeds?
Just the fact that, I mean, I think about that Daniel Farke, the last two times he was up in the Premier League with Norwich, both of the times they'd gotten promoted playing like very positive attacking football. And then they came up to the Premier League and they were likable teams, broadly likable teams, but they seemed a bit lightweight and they seemed a bit easy to get at, and no one were really afraid of facing them. And it seems like, whether that's his thinking, maybe these things are a bit random, but it seems like his thinking has changed because he added a lot of physicality ahead of the season in midfield in particular. You bring in the German Anton Stach, who's been a very good addition, very sort of active, aggressive, physical midfielder. And you add Sean Longstaff, who of course also is an all-action guy, gets around the pitch, gets involved. And they're so much more like punchy and physical and competitive than his Norwich teams were. So maybe this is him sort of learning by what's gone wrong for him in the past. And they've just been very good. Like, obviously, maybe we'll get to Sunderland, maybe we won't. So Sunderland having 11 points in 6 games is incredible, but Leeds having 8 in 6 is pretty good as well. Last season, after 6 games, all 3 promoted teams had 8 points between them, whereas Leeds now have 8 on their own. So that's a tremendous start to the season.
Imagine a manager learning from their mistakes and changing what they're doing to improve the side. Imagine being that person. Be incredible, wouldn't it?
Are you referencing
Ange Postecoglou and Ruben Amorim?
Are we going to talk about Nottingham Forest next, are we?
I just wanted to say... Yes, go on.
You carry on, Charlie.
I wanted to say, I know Man United Sunderland today. I wanted to say Sunderland have completely, more or less, changed their whole squad this summer. 11 new players, I think. And yet they've all nearly seemed to have all bedded in very quickly. He's got them all playing how he wants them to play them. I think it's really, really impressive.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. And it's such a... I mean, a lot of them are quite young as well in that group. It's you've got a lot of the attention goes to the senior. Supposed to call him a senior citizen. He's 33. The more experienced Granit Xhaka in midfield. There's a lot of young legs in there as well. And like you said, so much turnover in the summer. And I guess, I mean, we always say this at this time of year. If a team hasn't started well, we always say, well, the signings are still bedding in. It's very difficult. I keep saying this about Liverpool. But maybe, like, if you really get it right with the recruitment, it doesn't have to be like that.
No, I think absolutely right. It's fascinating. I mean, Man United Sunderland is a fascinating game, and there is so much pressure on Ruben Amorim, and yet Sunderland, as we've already mentioned today, they are good, and I just don't know which result would surprise me more out of a Sunderland win or a Manchester United win, which would have been an odd thing to say in 1997.
Yeah, it would have been. Now, listen, this seems like the worst kind of game for to come up now for Amorim, because if he wins, well, you're beating Sunderland at home.
Yeah,
you should do that. Like that. But on evidence of what we've seen so far, actually beating Sunderland at home is really difficult.
Gosh, yeah.
So this kind of feels like not a winnable weekend for him. But it obviously very much needs the points. He seems very stressed out.
Yeah, I mean, when I have read things about Amorim about, if there's a certain date where his compensation will be so much less. You think they might be waiting for that, Lars? I don't know.
I mean, he keeps saying it's not about that. I mean, I'm pretty sure he said that he would forsake the money if they wanted to change. I mean, he said so many things. It's kind of hard to keep up. I mean, it's definitely a case study in sometimes too much honesty is not necessarily a good thing. Like, we keep wanting the managers to not do the PR speak, to be more open and to speak their mind. And then if you go through like all of Ruben Amorim's interviews in the last 6 months, first of all, that would take a long time and you should ideally have better things to do with your life. But if you did that, you would learn that I think for managers, sometimes speaking your mind is not ideal. Too much mind has been spoken.
Let's talk about, we're talking to Flex about Man United in just a second, so let's do a fair bit on Chelsea-Liverpool, because it's a fascinating game, isn't it, Lars?
It really is. I think I just mentioned Liverpool and such like when we talk about the signings of Sunderland and how quickly they've bedded in. I'm kind of on the side of let's not completely freak out yet about Liverpool, because they've had a couple of bad results now, and a lot of people seem to be quite upset. And I think it's a little early for that. I mean, they're still, you'd have to say, still in a decent position in the league with 5 wins from 6, top of the league and all that. And some of these signings are just kind of betting in still. They're interesting to see Salah kind of finding his place now without Trent Alexander-Arnold behind him. He's not quite as involved in games. Because I wonder if we maybe underestimated how important it's been for Salah to have almost like this playmaking also doesn't make sense. Playmaking right back behind him, getting him the ball a lot. They're kind of having to adjust to this stuff now. I still think this team will come good. Against Chelsea just needs to not get players sent off. Is that 3 red cards in the last 4 now? Should be like just so just like as a side quest, just don't get anyone sent off. Whatever you do today, just don't get anyone sent off. That'd be good.
I wonder if that Trent Alexander-Arnold situation will be one of those like Ian Rush to Juventus situations where everyone sort of pretends it didn't happen. It's not worked out for anybody, so let's just all go back to how we were and pretend it didn't happen. It's not gone great for him so far, is it, for Trent?
It's been intrigued to see if how Liverpool fans would feel about that, because they did seem quite displeased with his life choices when he decided to leave. So whether or not that kind of thing would be,
they'd be fine.
Yeah, you reckon?
I think
you reckon?
So. In the same way that I'm sure that had Isak stayed and the first goal he'd scored at the Gallagate, Newcastle fans would be like, he's ours, he's really good. I feel that there is I'm not saying a fickleness to, and not just Liverpool, Newcastle fans before you yell at me, all football fans, that someone could be a total... Look, Cambridge, Neil Harris left us in the lurch, and then he came back. We were like, oh, great. All this forgotten. Don't worry about it. Didn't write a column in The Guardian about it. Totally happy about it. So I don't think they'd mind at all. I mean, Chelsea are an odd side, Lars. They're very hard to work out. And they've got a lot of injury problems in defence. Maresca was talking about the Club World Cup having an impact, which we all thought might happen in sort of February or March. But it's very hard to work out who will play and whether they'll be good or not.
They are. I mean, I think the thing we can make out ahead of this game is that, again, they are missing so many defenders. Like Colwill absent, Fofana injured, as he unfortunately often is. Chalobah is suspended. Badiashile is supposedly back to full fitness, so he could be playing, but of course he has been out. I think in the sort of let's try to avoid red card stakes, having a very inexperienced or unusual center. I mean, whoever plays at center half, unlikely to have played a lot together, coming up against all those tremendously good attackers Liverpool have. That seems like a dangerous combination. So maybe we could have yet another red card here.
Finally, just on Florian Wirtz, are you, as someone who watches a lot more of the Bundesliga than I presume most people listening, are you concerned at all, or that he will never find his feet, or is he such a brilliant footballer that eventually we will see what you have seen?
I think he's a brilliant footballer. I think he's a player who, so the thing he does really well is not necessarily like individual stuff. Like he's really good at connecting. What he did well in the Bundesliga is playing little passes around the edge of the box, playing 1-2s with people, like opening up things, and that is a little bit dependent on the players around you as well. So I think he is one of those players who I think still, he has the talent and the quality to come good, and I think it will help him when he has spent even more time with the players around him and has that sort of settled thing. But I will say I'm surprised, and of course a tiny bit alarmed by the start, but I think the quality is there, so I'd still rather bet on him than against him.
Good stuff. Thank you, Lars.
Thank you, Lars.
Good man.
Anytime, guys. Have a great weekend.
Lars Sivertson there. Rich says Cal would lose his mind at Autobiography Wars. Lord Farquhar says, can we just have 2 hours of Charlie telling people to shut up from next week? Go get it. And Ryan says, I'd like to announce that I am no one and this show is mine.
Yes.
That was a look ahead to some of the players that we feel will be here for it and deliver this weekend with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination Football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
Morning all, the warm-up on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins for latest big trade deals. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Barry says the new Shut Up feature for Charlie could be called Bake Off.
There's no Shut Up. We did do remember we used to do the treatment.
I really enjoyed the treatment. Yeah, what happened to that?
We just sort of disappeared, didn't we? Could bring back the treatment. It's 3 hours next week, Max.
Is it?
3 hours next week. I think we're going to play... Going to play How Much, aren't we, next week? Going to play How Much?
Oh, yeah. We're going to play How Much. I'm looking forward to that. Is Gary Ginger, is he serving a one-game ban after what happened last week or the week before last?
The word brothel.
Yeah. Well, we don't need to repeat exactly what happened. No, he did, but it seemed unnecessary. But, but then people all make mistakes. And maybe,
we all make mistakes. I'm all about rehabilitation, Max.
Gary Ginger, they want him back. 3 hours next week.
Maybe it's the Sizzler v Gary Ginger next week. I don't know.
Stephen Chingford says, Dear Max
morning,
and Charlie,
Steve.
I suggest, out of respect, time difference be cancelled again this week after your embargo on people who represented West Ham was flouted literally within minutes when you interviewed Neil Mellor. He even taunted you mid-interview by mentioning it. But instead of cutting him off immediately, you both carried on. I've even heard the McCoists might be boycotting this week for this reason.
Neil Mellor for West Ham. Did he play for West Ham?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Let's have a look. West Ham.
We've not been very good with this ban, have we?
Not been very good. We seem to be allowing a lot of people.
In fact, it almost feels like everybody on has played for West Ham. That's
16 appearances. Two goals.
Barely anything.
Two goals.
No West Ham fans will remember it, so it's allowed. It's going to be tricky when we talk to Stuart Pierce in a bit, but that's totally fine. Let's do some Manchester United.
Oh, good.
They play Sunderland today. We can talk to Flex from talkSPORT's Inside Devils show, amongst other things. He's a good talker in the game.
He's brilliant.
Yes, he's brilliant. And he's here. He doesn't have a theme tune yet, and God, I bet it'd be easy to find one. But Flex, welcome.
I want to flex you up. Tick-tock, you don't stop.
That's where it starts.
I don't mind that.
No. Let's talk about Flex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things. There we are. Let's talk about Flex.
Welcome, Flex. How are you?
Do you know what? I'm actually much better driving up to the game now. I've just gone through what my theme tunes are going to look like and sound like. So I'm actually in a much better place.
Yeah, good. That's the whole point of the theme tunes.
And I've heard this on the grapevine, and it may be true, it may be not true. I have no idea because I'm too lazy to have sources in the game. But if Man United are to lose today, that could be it for Amorim, or they're just waiting for this moment where his compensation is less, and then they can rebuild again.
I don't believe so. I don't believe if we lose to Sunderland, he'll be sacked in this international break. I know there has been reports claiming that in the Guardian, sort of saying that, but there's also been a lot of credible sources, as per David Ornstein, Laurie Whitwell, very credible guys, very close to the club, very, very good sources. That sort of suggesting that Man United don't want to sack Ruben Amorim. They want to see it through. There's a lot of reports saying that Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to see this through to at least the whole season. Now, of course, listen, you can have the lip service now whilst it's 6 games into the season. We know that results dictate everything, right? They drive everything. If you keep losing, like the manager said in the press conference yesterday, it can become impossible to back him. So he knows that. But I actually don't, although I don't agree with it, I don't think that if we lost today against Sunderland, it would be Ruben Amorim's last game, which to me is just crazy.
This is the thing about this job, Flex, is this is one of the 3 or 4 dream jobs in world football. He didn't want to take it when he was offered it. He wanted to put it off for a year. It's never felt like he's wanted the job. He's never looked happy. I don't think I've ever seen him smile in this job. He's never wanted to be there.
Do you know what? I think he does, right? He's a very interesting character, Ruben Amorim. And I was saying to Resmin on Game Day Live at the GT Tech Stadium last week that I mean it with the greatest of respect, but he's like an emotionally unstable character. And what I mean by that is he explains it to us. He says, sometimes I want to stay here 20 years. Sometimes I want to leave immediately. Sometimes I think this is the job for, he's quite unstable, but I do get his passion. I have seen him smiling. I have seen him sort of taking it on board, but then he has these really unstable responses that don't fill you with confidence as a fan. And you can only imagine what that's like in the dressing room. And the reason why he's having that is because he's losing football matches. If he was as eccentric or as unstable and he's winning football matches, we'll all say it's great. At the beginning, he's got the charm, he's got the looks, he's got great clothes, he's got the swagger. We're saying how he communicates with the media. I was there when we all saw how receptive the media were to him when he was coming in. I think United have got the right one. This guy looks the part. But, when you stick to those principles and you lose every week, all of a sudden everything gets assassinated for yourself because in terms of your character, because you're not winning football matches. And again, he said in the press conference yesterday that basically it's the media's fault. I take exception when you guys are basically telling my players that it's the system is the reason why Manchester United are losing all these games. And he goes, I go crazy about that. Because basically he's saying when we win, it's not my system, which we've only won 9 times in 32 in the Premier League. But when we win, which is not very often, it's not the system. And when we lose, it is the system. So he's in a bad spot because he's just losing too many football matches. That's the long and short of it.
Yeah, as a neutral, I love his absolute stubbornness to this system. I absolutely love this dogged determination to keep playing it and then just, changing all the players all the time. I think it was Micah Richards on Match of the Day that sort of, he went through how many different positions, like Lenny Yoro's there and there and there, and he's going there, and Bomo is a 10, and then he's a wing back, and you just think, yeah, all these players are good, but like, it's just, you're there going 80 minutes in, going at Brentford, what am I now? You're there. It is so bizarre, isn't it? So, sorry, you would want him to go now. You think they should have parted company already? Do you?
I think that change should have been made already. I mean, Grimsby was my last straw. For me, it's got to the point where, a loss against Sunderland is not even like, I don't think we're at that point where it's like, and now it's a new low. We've lost to Sunderland at home. What does that mean? What does that's not the tipping point here. The tipping point for me came a long while ago, where you can see this isn't going to change. It's not going to magically click in. The fact that there's so much made out of this opportunity to win back-to-back games, it's just embarrassing. That tells you everything where Manchester United. We have a fan who hasn't cut his hair because he's waiting for Man United to win 5 games. He could have said, I'm waiting for Man United to win 2 games. His hair would still look the same.
5 feels a lot, doesn't it?
He should have stuck with 2 and he would have the same hair. So,
was it you, Charlie? Was it you, Charlie, who said that thing about Grimsby? It's even got Grim in the name, and as a lower league fan, it was just like that was it was so, and the weather it's going to be windy today. We should mention it's going to be a hard day for everyone playing today. But it's hard to find the hope, isn't it, Flex? I mean, it is hard to see. I just can't see where it is. I can't see it, Max. Yeah.
I don't understand. And look, there's a lot of Man United fans that are like, we can't keep sacking managers, then we have to start again and all this stuff. And I'm like, every other club does it. Why are we as Man United, where we want to dine at the table with Real Madrid and Barcelona as the big superpowers of European and world football? But we're looking at West Ham go, well, I'll tell you what, we got Lopetegui, it went horribly wrong, we'll get Potter. Gone horribly wrong, we'll change it, we'll get Nuno. We're looking at Bournemouth, Gary O'Neill doing a decent job. Tell you what, though, we want to go in a different direction. We're going to get Areola. We're looking at Spurs. They finished 17th, but did something for the first time in 17 years of winning a trophy. Yeah, but we finished 17th. We're changing the manager. So, look at Real Madrid. Don Carlo, wins Champions Leagues, wins leagues. Then they go, well, Xabi Alonso's on the market now. We're going to go for him. So you're looking at clubs right at the top of football versus, towards the bottom of it. Sheffield United lost 6 games in a row. Sellers gone. Like, I don't understand this thing that Man United fans are scared of, like, we can't be a sacking club. Well, also, you have to understand that a manager has to earn time, right? You get a default time as a manager when you get in, 5, 10, 15 games, a transfer window. He's had these things. We're talking about nearly 50 games, guys. 50 games in approaching a year, and it's been regression. It's not even stagnation. It's been regression. So I don't know what the conversation's about, to be honest.
Well, enjoy the game, Flex. If nothing else, you do know that you're giving a lot of
At least you won all those titles in the 90s. Exactly. Remember that?
A lot.
Won the treble. Imagine that. You got that in your history. Amazing.
So many middle-aged people who don't support Man United. So much joy by being so bad for so long. Have a good day, Flex.
Cheers, Flex.
You're a good man. Thanks, pal. Flex there. He's gone. Whatever he's saying. Yes.
He was going to make the best point there just as he left.
But that's okay. It's gone into the ether. It was said, and we will never know what it is. It is Max and Charlie with you until 11. This is talkSPORT. I am Max Rushden. I am Charlie Baker. I am woke, and I bloody love it. Love from Harry. P.S. Please give Simon Jordan a big cuddle from me. kiss. Stuart Pierce will join us in a bit. He's at Ellen Road for Leeds Spurs. There is always, except when West Ham stick their finger in their mucky business,
Pop
there's
the
always
bubble.
There's always time for time difference. Here's a text says, with the absence of time difference last week, will talkSPORT consider a special 2-hour edition of time difference during the next international break?
2 hours.
Absolutely love it.
2 hours of time difference.
500 goals. Ian Danter doing 500 goals on time. Do you know what? I'm up for it.
We could go to Knutsford. I could travel up to Knutsford. Meet Dance there.
Would be frowned upon if I flew to Knutsford.
Hey, it's Lee Phelps next, Max. He's here.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
and someone's got in touch online.
Yeah,
and they've said Lee needs his own theme tune, of course. And they've suggested Phelps. I need somebody, Phelps. Not just any, which is pretty great. Pretty great, nice, isn't it?
I didn't even know my mum was on X, to be fair. But it's good of her to message in.
Anyway, it's time now to look ahead to today's odds with William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing. New from William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Some terrible joke, Lee, about the rest of us all knowing that your mum was on X, but that just felt...
I enjoyed it, though.
Felt a bit rude. Final one.
Hello, Mrs.
Suddenly, the William Hill sponsorship has dropped out. It was since Max said stuff about Lee's mum.
Anyway, final one standing update, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we've got just over 8,000 players left in the original and the biggest final one standing, the £500,000 jackpot game. So went live last night. 10% of players got through with Bournemouth. A good win from them. And then there's a few going for Arsenal today. Over 50% have picked Villa to win at home to Burnley tomorrow to make it through. We've also launched a new £200,000 game. So if you're a William Hill registered customer, you can play that. So whether you're in the 500k, whether you're in another game, whether you've never played before, or you've been knocked out, you can play the 200k. And with that one, it takes the total prize fund for Final One standing to over £1 million since the start of the season. So 153 left in the talkSPORT Private League.
Good luck.
So it's getting close to someone winning £5 grand.
If you've won on Friday night and you can just sit back the weekend.
Yeah.
That's so great, isn't it? Right, 4 games in the Premier League today. Do you want to rattle through them?
Yeah, Leeds Spurs, of course, the 12:30 game. There's an epic boost on this with impact sub. So it's Xavi Simons to have at least one shot on target. It should be odds on. We've pushed it out to even money for the epic boost. 23 shots on target in 25 games in the Bundesliga last season. And Leeds have had 28 shots on their goal in the last 2 matches. So looks like a decent one. That's Xavi Simons' epic boost. At least one shot on target, even money, and with impact sub. So if he goes off, the player coming on replaces your epic boost. Bet builder on that one as well. We 25% boost and impact sub on that as well. Arsenal West Ham's an intriguing one. Arsenal are going to be in pretty much every ACCA. So if you got your ACCA boost on in a William Hill shop or on the app, Arsenal are going to go in. West Ham are 12-1, right? So that's under
12-1.
Yeah, it's under an 8% chance of winning. Now they've won the last 2 at Arsenal.
Yeah, I don't mind 12-1 for that. I think that's pretty good.
Well, it won't. It's not going to happen, Charlie. That's why.
Might do. It might be a draw. That
It could be a draw.
Don't bet anything. Could ask Nuno Espirito Santo.
Well, Nuno
get it if it's a draw.
I know. Yeah.
Nuno, when he was Wolves manager, lost 1 in 6 against Arsenal. He got a draw against them as Forest manager last season.
What's the draw?
The draw is 11-2.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's Saka's worth looking at in that game, though. He's got a really good record against the Hammers as well. Man United, you've been talking about it all morning. Sunderland are 5-1 at Old Trafford.
Oh, that's quite good.
That's good. That's very good.
I'd put 20p on.
20 pence on that.
We'll bet responsibly. You've been talking about Ruben Amorim. He's 5-4 to be the next Premier League manager to go. Ange Postecoglou 10-11. So it's between those two, and both of them could lose again.
Poor Ange
this weekend. I mean, it's crazy.
Ange. I mean, he's going to lose today. He shouldn't go after today. They're going to lose this weekend, though, so that's pointless.
Forest will.
Newcastle away.
Newcastle, yeah. Well, they both could lose, couldn't they? Amorim, 50th game in charge, actually, of Man United. So, yeah, it's a tough one. And then Chelsea-Liverpool, there's a free bet on football if you place a bet on this game. Chelsea 19-10. Liverpool 6-5. So, it's Liverpool obviously the favourites and should be. It's a tight game, though. I think it's going to be hard to call. Whoever steps up in this one, because they've both been wobbling a little bit. I like Van Dijk to score. Scored in his last 2 against Chelsea. The defeat 3-1 at Stamford Bridge last season and in the League Cup final. He's 10-1 to score in the game and 25-1 to score first. So got plenty of horse racing, of course, best odds guaranteed, price boost, each way extra at Ascot as well. So plenty to go after today.
Lovely.
Good stuff, Lee. And
Enjoyed
on Goal
it, Lee.
Show on YouTube, is that right?
Yes, from 12:30 with Sam Allard, Abby Summers, Marcus Speller and myself.
Good stuff.
Do you play any indie bangers at all while you're getting while the scores come in?
No, we don't like them.
Doesn't sound very much fun. Doesn't sound very much fun. I'd prefer a show where the goals come in and you have indie bangers at the same time. 2 till 6, game on, Virgin Radio.
That was the latest odds brought to you by Final One Standing. New from Willie Hill. Terms and conditions apply. 18+. Gambleaware.org. Thanks, Lee.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing. New from William Hill. 18+. Gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
To Elland Road, Leeds Spurs kicks off at midday. Reshman, your host, Sam, the Gilet Sausage Man, Matterface, your commentator, and former England captain Stuart Pierce, friend of the show, friend of ours. I think he is. Joins us now. Stuart Pierce, welcome.
Hello, Stuart.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Stuart Pierce. How are you?
Yeah, I'm absolutely full of beans.
Are you?
Good.
Oh, yeah. We're in Yorkshire, my friend. We're in a drizzly Yorkshire at that, but a Yorkshire all the same.
The thing is, right, the 12:30 kickoff, I know we have the right, so we're meant to, pump it up every week, but sometimes you think, I don't think they're going to be up for it. But there are some places where the atmosphere is going to be great, and Elland Road is one of those places, Stuart.
It certainly has. I think they've had a decent start to the Premier League season, and this is a game, in all honesty, I couldn't call the result. It could go any way. If I was pushed, I would say I think Leeds might edge it.
Wow, who's pushing you, though? That's got to be a brave man.
Exactly. Well, someone's nudging me, but not really pushing me. But there you go.
Yeah, I don't. As a Spurs fan, I have absolutely no confidence in Tottenham today, and I think most Tottenham fans going there will have that. But you never know, because if they've got enough quality there, if their midfield can show a bit of creativity, perhaps if Xavi Simons can get on the ball a lot if he starts, and I guess Frank might go for a bit more of an attritional midfield. Then I think they have obviously the quality to win.
Yeah, well, it's certainly got the quality to win, but I think it's a mark of how well Leeds have started the season that one or two of us are not sure which way this one will fall. But Spurs have certainly got the quality and the counter-attack quality in their ranks to do so. And Thomas Frank, I really like him as a manager, and I think he'll be successful at Spurs.
Now, Paul Hawksby, my colleague in the week, during the week, big Spurs fan, of course, has been saying that Richarlison has almost been done by the amount of games he's actually played. Like, it's been shown up like he's great in short spurts, but the fact that he's had a run of games has sort of shown him to blow a bit hot and cold, Stuart.
In all honesty, I've probably had my most consistent period over these last 20 years since I've retired. It's fantastic, really, incredible. We're talking about footballers not playing and being better players now. What a state of affairs. Come on now. The whole idea is to get in the team, stay in the team, and come out probably when you're in your 30s. Surely it is.
I would have thought so.
I'm with you. But I'm going to still play until I'm 70, Stuart.
Nice.
And I'm still headbanging at all those punk gigs that I like to go to. Speaking of which,
good man.
What was the last gig you went to, please, Stuart?
Well, the last one was Oasis last Saturday. The next one, I've had
were they any good?
They were magnificent. It's the third time I've seen them this summer, so they were magnificent. But next Saturday is the next one up, which is the Kooks and the K's. Do you know the K's at all? I like them. Very good, a record called Sarajevo, the K's sing, which got me hooked on them. Fantastic. Have a little listen to that.
What sort of music is that?
Indie
rock.
Okay.
Indie rock.
Game on, 2 till 6.
There you go.
Radio. Yeah,
it's indie rock.
Stuart, did you get tickets, or I'm assuming, I don't know if you know them, for the Pixies at the Royal Albert Hall next year? My brother's going. He's a huge fan.
I don't really know them, but I'll have a listen today on your recommendation.
Well, they've been around for years. So but they're amazing.
Don't really know a deal about them. Where they doing Albert Hall?
Albert Hall next year. Yeah.
Do you want to go with Charlie's brother, Stuart?
I will have a listen first, if I may, and then I'll chase Charlie's brother up afterwards.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right, well, enjoy the game, Stuart.
Well done, gentlemen. Have a good day. Take care.
Always a pleasure. Thanks so much.
Well done from Stuart. You feel a little spring in your step, innit?
10 foot tall. Always have a time difference, and that's next. Services, for there is always, unless West Ham stick their oar in time, for time difference. And here's your host, Ian, the Duke of Knutsford. Dancer, welcome, Dance.
Well, good morning, and it's been proved beyond all reasonable doubt that there is only sometimes time for time difference after last week. So let's get on with it, because we're late. Charlie, there's no point
disagree
in
with
barricading, because they're just talking and talking over me as usual, so I'll just get on with it and say to Charlie Baker, which hand are my sunglasses in?
Sunglasses? Your right hand, Dance.
No, in the left. So, Max, do you want to go first or second?
Oh, I think I'll go. I think I'll give Charlie the honour today.
Wow.
Okay,
not
Charlie,
feeling confident, I have to say. There we are.
Last night on talkSPORT in the Premier League, Bournemouth played Fulham. Good win for Bournemouth. There was a goal from Justin Kluivert in amongst those 3 goals they scored. Which minute did that go in?
Oh, yeah. I did not listen or watch that last night. I was performing at the London Palladium last night, Dance.
Ooh!
Just wanted to say that out loud. Nothing to do with time difference. The 89th minute.
What say you, Max Rushden?
83.
Let's hear it as it went in.
Kluivert getting the better of Kearney. Oh! Pick that out!
Yeah, pick that out. Great goal. Great goal.
In the 84th minute.
Oh,
So Jeff Peters keeping
very good,
score.
Matt.
Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
Good morning to you, fellas. It's Max 1, Charlie 5.
Hi,
Right.
Jeff.
Is Jeff
So
Peters
we go
there?
to
Hello, Jeff.
Max for our second goal.
Yes, hi,
Nottingham
Dance.
Forest against Midtjylland on Thursday night on talkSPORT 2. It ended up 3-2 to Midtjylland. When did Chris Wood score his goal, Max?
Oh, yeah.
82.
What say you, Charlie Baker?
84th minute.
Let's hear it as it went in.
Here goes Wood, right-footed, and he scores.
Scores. There we are. And he
It
scores.
was later.
But it was
I didn't think he
very
took the
late.
penalty.
93rd minute that went
Yeah,
in.
silly
So let's
Billy.
see the scores a little bit. Jeff, what are the scores?
So Max 11 minutes out on his guess, on to 12. Charlie was 9 minutes out, on to 14. 2 in it after 2.
Charlie's brother's been in touch.
You on,
Stuart
Mars?
is welcome to join me for the Pixies at the Royal Albert Hall.
That's nice.
Game on,
Oh,
he
that's
says.
it.
Game
Thank you. On brand, Robert. Thank you very much.
So, goal 3. Wrexham Birmingham last night in the Championship, Charlie.
Dance.
And George Dobson's what?
Yeah, just that. We've actually got 4 minutes to get through 2 goals. So if we could just
3 goals.
really just revel 3 goals, actually get a move on. Then if I were you, I'd hurry up.
We need to get on with it, actually, Dance. Can you stop waffling and stop flanneling?
You ready? Goodness.
Ready. Yes, Dad, ready.
Who's the greatest drummer of all time, do you think, Dance?
Right, do you want... You do it by yourselves. I can't.
Okay, come on, Dance. Charlie, come in.
Okay, sorry.
Let him do it.
Hurrah.
Oh, he's gone.
Has he gone?
Jeff, do you have the goal?
Have you got the? Can you do it, Jeff?
We've got to start showing a bit more respect to Dance, lads.
No, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Goal number 3, George Dobson, Birmingham against Wrexham.
Okay.
Time.
Yeah.
Whose guess is it?
Charlie.
Charlie, George Dodson. Birmingham against Wrexham.
I have to say, I do not. I have no idea. I'm going to say the 45th minute.
46th minute.
Okay, let's hear how that goal went in.
Windass is in again. Good header! And Boto inside the 6-yard area to give Wrexham the lead.
Oh no, I thought it was the other goal. That was the 13th minute. Damn it.
Yes, that was the 13th minute. So, Max, you are 33 out. You moved on to 45. Charlie was 32 minutes out, moves on to 46. So, Max in the lead by 1 with 2 to go.
Okay.
More respect to Dance in future. Goal number 4, John McGinn. Villa against Feyenoord. When did that go in?
This is me. John McGinn scored against Feyenoord in the 37th minute.
Ooh, yes. Good guess.
Hang on. So, yeah, Villa. Yeah, okay, yeah, John McGinn. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I don't really know what's going on. 39th minute.
Let's hear how that goal went in.
Marlon towards the penalty area. He's into the box now. Marlon comes from again.
Okay, that goal went in the 79th minute.
Good for me. It's good for me.
I'm not sure it is, Charlie.
Oh.
So Max was 42 minutes out, moved on to 87.
87.
Charlie was 40 minutes out, moves on to 86.
Yeah.
And Charlie is in the lead.
Oh, no, that's bad for me, isn't it? It's bad for me.
With 1 to go.
Yeah,
so,
one to go.
Final goal. Eddie Nketiah, the Palace against Dinamo Kyiv. When did that go in?
Eddie Nketiah.
I think it's me because I'm ahead.
It's me. I'm one ahead. I'm one ahead, Max. Eddie Nketiah scored in the 82nd minute.
80th minute.
Let's hear how that goal went in.
Lovely turn by Pino, outside of the boot, and now Nketiah does score.
That goal went in the 58th minute. So Max is the winner, and Max has won 4 of the last 5. Lads, be nicer to Ian the GOAT.
We're very nice to Ian. We're very nice to Ian.
Do we need to say anything in the WhatsApp group? What do we do now?
Speak.
We do let him speak.
Aaron, not even Dance has time for time stalk. Classic Radio, this says Dan. Hold me closer, Tiny Danter. What a rock star diva, says Roberts. There we are with the breaking news that Ian Danter left. Just a ta-ra and close the Zoom.
That was it. He went.
And that was it. Reshmin is next. Maybe her guests will stay with her. Maybe they won't. We will find out over the course of the next however many hours that programme is. Hey, thanks, Charlie.
Thanks, Max.
Sorry, Dance.